All right, I'm in the Extreme Hills tournament. I'm in the weekend round of the Reiki division. I'm in my practice account. Just playing a little bit this morning. I'll probably play my main account later today, right before the tournament ends. And I am just, it's the grind. We have so many tournaments, like in the last 3 months, we've just had so many tournament weeks. You ever feel like like you almost are trapped? You can't not play. So I would really just like to take the day off and not play, but I will play them. That's where I'm at. That's where my mental thing is. I'm like that on a lot of these weekends. I used to be so excited about the weekend rounds, and now I'm just like, here we go. We'll go through them fast. All right, I know exactly what I'm going to do. No demoing today. Let's just get out there and see what we can do. I'm still waking up. I'm still on my first cup of coffee. That's how that works. Titan. Yeah, we'll take a kingmaker. Let's buy some kingmakers just so we have them. Select. Here we go. All right. Hopefully everybody's having a good tournament, having fun. That's the deal is that it's all about having fun. If you're not having fun, take a week off. I produce content, so it's hard sometimes to take a day off or take a tournament off. Here we go. 1.5 backspin. Do a 20%, so that's a 4-8. I'm just going to do a full ring set. Pretty close. Hit it. 500 rings great to the left. That might be in the sand. It's going to be close. The more you pull, watch the ball guide here. So if you're pulling to the left, the ball guide straightens out and goes right to the sand. If you pull to the right, the tail starts to curl around and you lay up there in front. So you can hit about a 1 ring great to the left. You can hit 5 or 6 rings great to the right and you're still fine, and you can hit it perfect, but there's not very much room on the left hand side. So if you hit it great to the left like that, where you're 2 rings off, it'll straighten that ball guide out and it'll go right to the sand. I still got a shot from here. 10% to the cup. I'm going to use my Spitfire. It'll be a tricky shot because I don't have any backspin here, so I don't have the backspin that I do on my sniper. So I'll have to I'll have to do the shot a little different. Three, 5, 4 rings, give or take a little. Try and hit it perfect. Hit it 17 rings great to the right, which matches up with the 17 rings great to the left that I hit on the drive. Go get my birdie and move on to the next hole. If I was smart there, I would have left myself 3 rings of separation so that if I did hit it great like that. Look at me, starting off just playing like crap. This is why I play my practice account first. I always play my practice account on Sundays, or I always play it before my main account just so that I can get out any feelings like that. And sometimes I'll play really crappy in my practice account and it pisses me off. So then I'm a little more focused in my main. I haven't even got on to see what my teammates are shooting. I know I've got some teammates that have popped off some monster scores. One of my teammates, Dez, shot a 35. Yeah, sit down. That is monstrous. That is a monster score. I'd take 4 shots less than that. Be extremely excited. See if my opponent can get in the hole. Maybe I'll wake up and I'll start to feel better. The sun, the other thing is it's been fairly fairly nice during the weeks, but it's been raining on the weekends. So on the weekends, I got tons of stuff to do around my house, and it's been like pouring down rain. So I've been chilling out at the house. You'd think that I'd have tons of time because it's raining, but my motivation level is low. Good luck. Good luck. Hole number 2. What is hole number 2? Hole number 2 is one of the par 3s. And it is hole number 4. Now that I bummed you guys out on that, I'm like, yeah, it's just the waking up, doing the thing. Come on, flow with me. All right, what am I taking here? I'm taking a Grizzly and a Quasar. I'm like all over this hole. Grizzly and a Quasar. I'm doing 10% to the cup. I'm doing a max adjustment. And if I can hit it perfect, I think my problem here is I haven't hit a perfect shot into the cup. I've been making changes on this hole. I mean, 2 rings off max, 1.2 top spin, 1.25. It's around that neighborhood. I go first. Max, 1 1/4 top spin. Two rings off. Right at the cup. On the inside. 4.2 is 4.62 rings. .62 rings. Isn't it perfect? Did I hit that perfect? I never can tell. It lags right there. Not sure if you guys experience that same thing. Just a little teeny bit of an overpull. I'll change that up to 5. Was 10. Circle it. Trying to dial these. There's still several of these holes. I'm still trying to dial in the elevation adjustments. Was that an overpull or an underpull? Might have been an underpull. In some of these holes, I'm in mid club, like right there, I'm in mid club, but I'm actually using a max number. And I'm doing that on purpose because I would rather keep the 1.0 per ring. And so that means my elevation adjustment is going to be different. So like if you're in mid club and you're using a 10% or a 20%, or you're using some adjustment, I'm using a max ring adjustment. And so that means my elevation number is probably going to be different than yours. But the way the wind was blowing there, I pulled out just a little. Didn't pull out quite enough wind. And I've been like right on it this week. I mean, it's just like right there. And this may be one of those ones where I have started, I was doing a 20% and I was ending up on the other side of the cup. I was over pulling it. So then I changed it and went back to the one per ring, which has a built-in wind adjustment, and then just working the deal. It may be one of those ones where in my main account, I may end up using 12 and a half pull. If on the back side, I'm going to change that to 15%. And if on the back, I end up on the left-hand side of the cup where I underpulled it, and I'm going to switch it to a 12 and a half. It's one of the benefits of using pen and paper and a calculator. And it's good to know that Playdemic says we can use calculators, that that's not against their terms of service. So for all of you that are math majors, it's good to know you can use a calculator. Playdemic says you can. Hole number 3, Greenberg Slopes. That cracks me up. When I read that, where they were like, we allow you to use a calculator. Like F you. Like, you give me permission to use a calculator. Yeah. All right. I'm using a power 3 ball because that's what I have. Using a Titan. The king of balls. I'm using the wind. What are those? I have 1 power 5 ball to my name. 1. You guys are almost catching me in a mood. I'm seeing all the stuff go around in the United States, and I'm trying to stay out of it. Some of it's really depressing. Ugh. Here we go. Here we go. Come on. All right, I go first. Using the wind. Use the wind to my advantage. Try and go right down the middle. 3-7. So a little less than 2 rings. Putting the forward power back in it. Getting it perfect. So I can get some forward distance. With a 5 power ball, you can see this last mogul right here with a 5 power ball, you can get in front of it. So you're a little bit farther up the hill. This is the only one of the par 5s I have not hit an Albie on this week. And I know I have a lot of teammates that are doing this exact shot where they're trying to shoot through that gap down there at the end, trying to roll over into the fairway on the bottom side. Deal is especially if you hit anything great to the left, that sand trap is just right there. It's a very narrow little area. I think they got it fine. Just trying to bounce it over. Okay, so it's a 30% wind adjustment. I think I'm at max club. Oh, there's max. I am at max. 3.1. It's about 4 rings. Rings, getting the hole, hitting it perfect. It's so hard to make an adjustment down there because you're a mile away from your rings. Ooh, just a bit outside. Just a bit outside. Which way is the wind blowing here? So that was an over pull. And I'm a little bit farther down the hill. With my upper developed count, I'm using a power 5 ball there, so I'm way up on that hill. And so I'm higher up, so I'm using a 30% wind adjustment, and I should have did a 25 there from where I'm hitting. I'll have to remember that on the backside because that's about as far as I can get up there. So I'm not quite as far up the hill. I have a hard time with these par fives when you're that you just can't get down to the ring set. That's in the hole. Nice shot. And from where they're hitting, they're not as it's not quite flat, but it's pretty nice. Nice shot. Good game. Good luck in the tournament. Albatross. Fantastic. Hole number 4. All right, I know exactly what I'm doing here, and I'm just need to hit it perfect, and it'll go in the hole. The Kingmaker. It's 1.2. I'm doing a 20% wind adjustment, and if I hit this perfect, it's going in the hole. And I'm doing that. I've changed the shot up actually a little bit. I'm farther forward now than I was. It's because I'm trying to get the sand so I don't have to pull over the sand. What is the deal with? There are so many connection issues. It seems like every tournament there's always connection issues. That's part of the reason why I've been playing my 77 account late in the afternoon or evening on Sunday. Because most people have completed the tournament and most people are burned the hell out. So there's not a lot of people playing. And it seems like my overall connection experience is better. Hitting it perfect. See if they get in the hole. That's in the hole. Is it in the hole? In the hole. Nice shot. Crowd goes wild. Let's do the wind first. 2.6. It's 3.1 rings. Six. There's 3, 1. Let's see if we can hit this perfect. Oh shit, no. Great to the left, great to the right, great to the right. Am I playing poorly? This is why I play my practice account first. I will tell you right there. Good luck in the tournament. This is why my practice account never does good. I'm freaking woke up, still on my first cup of coffee. In a pissy mood. Look at me. Hole number 5. Oh man, this hole sucks without. This hole right here is a hit or miss. And what's funny is that in my low level account, I've made this hole quite a few times with the Titan. With my prox account here, with my main account, I'm using a Power 5 ball, so it's a little bit easier. All right. All right. Let's see if we can get this done. I'm going to use my APOC. What the hell? What the heck? I'm going to use a Titan. The king of balls. And it's either down there or it isn't. That's the way it works. It's 1.5 per ring. I'm not taking the wind out but knowing how much your rings are, so that, because I'm going to use the wind, and knowing like where the wind's going to put me. I've got more room on the right-hand side the way I'm setting the shot up than I do on the left. If I hit a 1 ring grate to the left, I'm sunk. But if I hit a 1 or 2 ring grate to the right, I could still be all right. If I hit a perfect, I could be all right. If I hit a 1 or 2 ring grate to the right, I could be all right. But I think anything to the left, I'm sunk. I think that's pretty much how it's going to work. Tighten. Yeah, make me pick my ball. Go ahead. No, I like picking my ball all the time, Playdemic. Okay, so I'm going to shoot it up into there, and it's 4-3, so it's going to shoot it out. It's going to put me out on my blue ring. Hit it 1 ring grate to the right. Getting it down there. This is not an easy chip right here either. There are no gimmies on this hole. Trying to get up on the green. I've only been on the green and had a putt, I think maybe 1 time. That area right there and right in front, and those are treacherous little chips. You can see where that ball came in. If I'd hit it perfect, I probably would have been fine from that sand on the left, that bunker on the left. But if I hit it left, it's going straight into the bunker. My opponent and I are in the pretty much the same exact spot. They're a little bit higher up. This distance, I really shouldn't get any wind, and I'm going to hedge my bet. Let's see if I can hit it perfect. Hitting it perfect. See if it hits the flagpole or it goes in on the left-hand side, right where I aimed it. Wind was not a factor. I'll be real quiet for my opponent. This is one of those shots where you're so close like this that normally if you aim right at the flagpole and wind's not a factor, you can hit it great to the left or the right and you can still make it into the cup. But there's the movement on the course itself. If you hit it at just the right speed, it can drift. You're hitting the brake and it'll break to the left or the right, and in this case it'll break to the right, and you can end up being off the hole. It's one of those chip-in shots that you absolutely need to hit perfect. Absolutely. Forfeit. Hole number 6. All right, I know what hole number 6 is. Good luck in the tournament. Hole number 6. Hole number 6 is the big par 5. And this par 5 right here, I am taking a rock, a sniper, and a kingmaker. And my number 2 bag with a kingmaker. Here we go. I was using Titans on a lot of these holes, but in the weekend round, my practice account in the weekend round, I will play with a few more kingmakers, just to help cut the wind down, give me a little bit better look at it. I'm doing plus 10% on the drive, plus 20% to the cup. And I was at plus 15. I moved it up to 20 because I kept ending up on the wind was pushing me off. I think the wind's going from the right to the left, if I remember correctly. I have hit one Albie on this hole this week. Let's see if we can do it again. All right. Yeah, I've already picked it. No, make me pick it again. Why not? Come on, man. Wouldn't be right if you guys didn't make me pick my ball all the time. I'm going to be a +9, dead center in the middle. Taking 10%, so 3, 4. I'm going to rub up against the nubs. Hit it great to the left. Just getting down there to the end. My opponent's going to go straight forward. The deal with the Katana is the Katana won't. You can get this done on the drive. That's the second shot. If you're not in the right spot, that the Katana can kill you. This is why when you're playing these par 5s, I'm a big fan of bringing out power 3 ball. Because there's a lot of times on the drive that you can get it done. And there's a lot of times if you put yourself in the right spot on the second shot, you can get it done. But if anything goes wrong, that ball will kill you on the second shot. And they can do a rough bump from there. They can do several different things. Times 1.9. It's 2.28 rings, 2.3 rings. .3 rings. There's 1, 2, third. Hitting it perfect. Get in the hole. Get in the hole, ball. It's going to go breezing past it. Just a little bit too much speed. Just a bit outside. It's good to know the wind adjustment's right, though. Always walk away. Silver lining. Silver linings. I think your best bet to try and get from this angle. I've never had a lot of success from over here, and I've been in that spot right there I don't know how many times. I think your best bet's to do the rough bump. Good game. Good game. Isn't it perfect? In the hole. Eagle. Only one spark of brilliance so far. I need to pick up at least one more. Need to pick up 2 more and put myself on a -15 track for the back 9. As poorly as I played, I still have these last 3 holes. I definitely have opportunities on all 3 of them. This is the very next hole that we're playing, so take a good long look at it. That's the next hole right there. So we don't have to go to Golf Clash Notebook and check it out. Good luck in the tournament. All right. So what am I taking here? I'm taking a Grizzly and a Kingmaker. Grizzly, Kingmaker. I got it. Doing +15 to the cup, and I'm doing a max ring adjustment. Don't think I'm in mid club. I don't think I'm in max club. I think I'm more towards mid. But I'm doing a max adjustment, and I'm working the number from there. I want to be down here as far on the flat, as far down here as I can, so that I use the least amount of backspin that I can use. You're still going to use a lot, but I never was a fan of hitting those types of shots. I'm hitting a similar shot on the hole number 2, where I'm having to bounce over the sand, but I always have a problem putting traps into play. It's like playing in real golf. There's times when we'll go out and play in real golf, and one of my buddies will pop some drive out there, and it's a monster drive, and I'll pop out a drive, and it's, oh, nice shot. But I have a better angle coming in. I don't have to hit over a sand trap and try and stick it. Some stuff from the real world equates out into Golf Clash, and some stuff doesn't. Right there at the top of the cup. 2.7, 2.7s, 3.1 rings. Getting it perfect. Getting the hole. I think I've only hit a couple perfect into this hole all week. On the inside. I've been going on the inside, so plus 15. I'm going to change that. For the back, I'm having to work my elevation numbers differently. Good game. Good luck in the tournament. Because I'm using a max number, I'm having to work my elevations are going to be different. Hole number 8. What is hole number 8? We better go look at it. Grunberg Slopes. Hole number 1. All right, this hole is, I've got a power 3 ball. I'm going to use a Kingmaker just to cut the wind down a little. I'm going to use my extra mile and a Kingmaker. Take that. Here we roll. Here we roll. Rawhide. Come on. Let's go first and let's get this done. Let's try and get up in 1. Need to hit this perfect. I know that. Has it been every single hole I've had an opponent disconnect? You're using a power 5 ball? The rock ball. Just need to hit it perfect. And a 1 ring great. That might put them in the sand. They might be all right depending on their wind adjustment. They eyeballed it. That looks like it's a sand trajectory. Let's see if we can do a little bit better than that. Three. See if we can get lined up with my ball guide there. That puts me about 3/4 of a ring in a power, and I needed to put a little more power on it. No, I released it perfect. Let's see if we get the right trajectory. Oh, not quite enough. Okay, so from this spot right here, I'm going to do a minus 15%. So I'm going to take 15% off. The The bad news is I clipped the rough. The good news is I ended up in the fairway. In the practice session before the tournament started, I was laying up down there to the bottom just so I could work that elevation number just in case something like this happened. So I still have a pretty good shot, but you have to hit this perfect. There's just no two ways around it. And I may be in minimum short iron. There's Min. There's Max. I'm about mid short iron. So times 3.4 equals divided by 1.75. It's 1.7 rings. Just a little bit of backspin. 1.7 rings. There's 1, 5, 6, 7. Hitting it perfect. See if we can get in the cup. Ooh, just a bit outside. Just a bit outside. Dang it. Probably should have took off 20%. Should have lined up on the other side of the cup because the wind was blowing to the left and I started off a little bit on the right-hand side of the cup. Close. In the hole. Birdie. That was not the eagle I was looking for. BC Leaf. All right, I will forfeit. We will head to hole number 9. Let's get this front side out of the way. Get some motivation maybe on the back. Still working my notes. I made a bunch of changes on this round. I have hit some perfect into the cup. Still working my elevations. There's about 6 of these holes that I feel like I've got down, and there's still 3 of them I'm still working elevation numbers on. Hole number 9. I don't need to look at it. What am I thinking? That's going to do it. I don't need to look at this hole. I know the deal. I'm taking extra mile. I really like to take a kingmaker, but I'm not sure. I'm having to use the wind to get over to the other side. I'm not sure. I need all of that wind. So I'm going to bring a Titan, the king. Hole number 9, sponsored by Titan. PA Hitman. See if we can get out there. Opponent disconnected. Every single hole. What is the deal? What is the deal? They're in that area. Isn't it perfect? I'm doing a 30% adjustment to the cup. So I'm saying right there, you can see how close it hit to that rough. I'm using the wind. If I brought a kingmaker and cut the wind down a little bit, I'm not sure I could make it all the way over. I would end up doing a rough bump and bleeding out and be in my long iron range, but I'm trying to get into my short iron range. And I was doing a little bit of backspin on this hole and trying to get up close to it, but it wants to run out to the cup. So I'm going to use a little bit of topspin. Did they make it? They made it. Nice run out. Let's do the wind first. 0.9. Where am I at in my club? Right at max. Going towards that edge of the cup. You're right there. It's 3.8 rings. I need to snap it off and hit one ring great to the left. And it was way off. Is that one of the Earth balls? We had an Earth Day tournament forever ago, a couple years ago. It looks like one of the balls from that tournament. Wish they give you a hall. I wish they give you a room where you'd show all the balls that you've owned, so you could see all of your balls that you've owned. I know a lot of people save one ball just so they can have it in their inventory, so they can see all the balls they have, which is crazy because you start to get so many balls in your inventory that it's hard to, especially because they force you every pack to go back in there and pick your ball again. It's not bad when you only have, 10, 15 balls, but when I've got one of my teammates, Mike D, he must have 35 different balls. When they make you repick your ball and you got to go through there and scan through and pick it again, it's a pain. Eagle. Nothing exciting on the front. I picked up one shot on the front. Hole number 5. Gave myself a few opportunities, a few close misses, some epic fails. Came out of it all right. This is why I have a practice account, so I can go out and get this stuff out of my system. Never want to just go up. It's like sometimes you just need a little more play on it. All right, that was an unexciting front 9. Did pick up one shot, but otherwise it's just looking at minimum score +1. Not the end of the world, but not exactly what I'm looking for. You can see up here the scores that are the 9 at -15, 9 at -14. So I'm sure up at the top we've got coming into this round, the minimum score, and this is a Ricky Masters bracket, the minimum score coming in, pretty much everybody shot a 26 or better. I think it was like the top 80 something shot a 26 or better. So in order to get, even to get past 50th place, you're going to have to shoot better than a 26. So up at the top, I think that the top is going to be dominated by 29s and 30s. So if I want to get up into that group, I'm going to really have to pick it up on the back. All right. Not too concerned about it. That's why it's my practice account. All right. Extreme Hills Tournament, weekend round, front 9. Thanks for watching.